Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. Before we continue, of course, I have to use this opportunity to thank everybody for all the continued love and support of the show. We're going on almost 3 years strong, and I'm super duper grateful and super excited to even say that. I can't believe it's been that long. It seems like just yesterday. And of course, to everybody behind the scenes at Rogue Media Network, we got Mike and Allison over here, making sure we all look super crisp and sound super crisp as well. And I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for our just achievements and longevity, if you will. I just am so grateful. Thank you guys. Now, before we continue with my very, very special and luscious guest, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just some of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by my boy, David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. Oh, my realtor, we're looking for a home right now. My dream chateau, finally. This year is the year, okay, David, the #1 sales agent in his office at Alinea Real Estate. He's going to help you buy a home or sell your property. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. Call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. My boy David is out there doing it. And David, I'm such a pleasure working with you. You guys, the best. I love him. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my girl, Anika Armstrong with Pee-wee's Crab Cakes of Texas, serving the most authentic Asian cuisine, darling. That's right. With a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. Now, listen, my favorite is the crabby seafood pasta. I mean, she's got a plethora of things that you can just roll around them, but you got to go try it out. All right, go try it out. 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt. Oh, they got brunch now too. And I'm in for it. Yes, darling. Sunday brunch right by the house. Order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesofTexas.com. To my girl, Anika Armstrong, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Arturo and Eva de la Cruz with Arturo's Frame. They do wood framing for houses and all remodeling, amongst other talents, darling. Listen, if you want a house built from the ground up, you got to hit up Arturo's Frame. They got you. They're going to build you the house of your dreams, darling. That's right. Habla inglés y español. You can call the number on the screen for a free in-town consultation or follow on Facebook at Arturo's Frame. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh my goodness, of course, to my boy who just called me on the way up here and said he's about to do something else to my car that's super luscious. JB Auto Detailing with Joseph Blancas, who provides mobile detailing for all of Waco and the surrounding areas. That's right, darling. Don't go to no car wash. He's going to come to you, promising 100% satisfaction guaranteed, leaving your vehicle looking brand spanking new and absolutely fresh in case you're doing some hoe things in there in the weekend, all right? Pricing and such at jbautodetailing.net. Call the number on the screen to book, and on Facebook at JB Auto Detail as well. Joseph, thank you so much for supporting and sponsoring The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you, and I can't go on without thanking my boy, Mr. Juan Morales with Waco Fencing and stuff. Now, listen, Juan's building privacy fences and chain link fences. That's right, darling, for all that extra at-home privacy, so you can walk around however you want to. It's your house, right? He also does demolitions, builds wood decks, stone patios, and listen, if you need a nice little garden for the front of your house, Juan's got you as well. You can contact him with the number on the screen for your consultation. To my boy, Juan Morales, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. I truly, truly appreciate you, brother. All right, guys, like I said, I've been super excited about having this next guest on the show. We just barely met, like I would say just some weeks ago. And it was crazy the way we met. I'm going to talk about it here in a minute. But the minute she told me her name and a little bit about her story and some things that she has to get off her chest as well, but we're going to keep it cute. We agreed to do that. La Reyna is here in the flesh. And I call her La Reyna because her name is Reyna Perales. How you doing? How you doing?
I am so good, Andrew. I'm so excited to be on the show.
Yes, I'm excited to have you. And you look stunning, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Listen, I know you're not supposed to ask a woman her age, but I will say, when you told me how old you were on the phone, I was like, no way. You look like you're my age. I'm just going to say, we're not going to ask you how old you are, but you just look stunning. I have to tell you that.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
Ooh, I don't even know. Maybe this wine.
This wine
is the secret. Cheers to that.
I always say wine gives you smoother skin, but I have other skin care techniques as well.
Yeah.
Which we can talk about off camera if you like. So
okay. All right. We can share secrets later.
Oh, you can go. You can watch prior episodes of The Public and find out as well.
Oh, that's right. I think I have heard of some of your secrets there.
110 calories. New York Times.
I've heard that.
Yes, you have. Yes, it's perfect. Listen, Reyna, thank you so much for coming on to the show. I'm just so grateful that you're here. You know, the way I've discovered you actually is so at Soko Soccer Academy, right?
Soko.
Yes, okay, which we love Dominic and Ariana.
We love them.
I love them. So my banner hangs at Soko now. Okay. And so I was helping them clean up because there was league going on. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden there's this other banner that's bigger than mine. And it was yours.
Whose banner was that?
It
wasn't mine?
It wasn't yours. It was so yours. And I was like, oh, I got competition, right? I was like, no, we're going to just say.
Well, I mean, when I walked in, I said, whose banner is that? And then they told me. And then I said, you know what? I have to bring one that's bigger than Andrew Gomez's banner.
And she did. And I'm not going to fight. I felt some type of way. But then you know what? No, it was cute. Then you ended up hitting me up because there was an unfortunate apartment fire that went on.
Yeah.
And, big kudos to you for getting all of that taken care of. Like, you really just, it almost seemed like single-handedly coordinated.
Yeah,
like,
definitely wasn't, but yeah.
No, okay, I'm sure there was people behind the scenes. I only noticed of you because you tagged me in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a funny thing. So, well, I mean, it wasn't so funny, obviously.
No, the situation was not funny. The
situation was not. But, you know, there was that fire, and then a colleague of mine in the office, you know, she reached out to me.
Yeah.
And while, I mean, obviously I can't help, I mean, I can only help so much.
Right.
I said, well, you know what, let me pull in some resources or tag some people that I think, you know, could also help. And then I was so appreciative to you and to so many other people that came in and were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's help.
Do it. Yeah, well, you know, you picked a good year to do that too, because I just became charitable. I did. Because, and my new thing is that it's for the children, because, you know, because that gets, you know, all the press. And so, no, but, you know, I was really happy that you asked me to do that, because, you know, it was something good. And the family did reach out to me as well. And, you know, and I told Massimo, you don't gotta tell them who it's from, all that jazz. Like, I just wanted to help. And, you know, do you normally do things like that often? Like, trying to help people out and stuff?
Well, you know, and I'm an immigrant from Mexico.
Okay.
So lived here all my life.
Yeah, yeah.
And so growing up here, you know, while there wasn't as many resources back then, we're talking like 80s, you know, in the 80s. Back then when I was a kid, there were some, you know, nonprofit organizations that would reach out and help families. Yeah. And I remember that because we really needed help back then. For sure, for sure. And so I guess I have that in the back of my mind where, you know, giving back to a community that's helped my family. For sure. And so I, if there's an opportunity for me to be able to either coordinate or help directly, whatever, I'll do it.
Well, good for you. Good for you. And, you know, I wish a lot of people were like that. And like I said, I just became like that.
Hey, if I had anything to do with that, then, hey, I feel so good.
I just, you know, I think that it's weird because, so I will say, like, before the show, and I just spoke about this on social media recently, that before the show, I was not a charitable person at all. Everything that I worked hard for, I wanted it for me. But then, you know, when
we're selfish. We're all selfish a little bit.
I think it was like a selfish thing. And then, you know, I talk a lot with my friend Mauro. You know, it's so weird. Nobody will believe this, but we talk about like God and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And what you give out, you give in. And when you do good by people, they do good by you, or something happens with you that's good. And so I practice that. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I was like, okay, you know, it's important to give back. It really is, you know, because that could be you one day.
It definitely can.
Yeah. And then these strangers, like, I didn't know that family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a cool feeling. I felt really nice. So thank you for tagging me, because
I'm so glad. I'm glad that, you know, I mean, because it's a blessing even for me to be able to help, and even for you, like, it is a blessing because it teaches you something like what you just described right now. So
and I will say too, I think I'm getting some free decamplies too. So I don't know. Massimo watches the show. I did not know
Massimo,
he
needs some free gnocchi right here. No, fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh, I thought she said free gnocchi. I was like, absolutely. Nice Italian man. Yes. He did take me to the little office in the back. I was
did
like,
he?
This is a very nice private office, Massimo.
Nice.
Listen, you know, you mentioned being an immigrant, which I really like talking to you guys about things like that. You know, and so what were some of the struggles that you guys had to face? I mean, how old were you when you crossed, or whatever?
When I crossed, I came across on
That's
the
how it
river.
works, right? Don't you cross? Like,
yeah, we did. So
not assuming that you like did a canoe or nothing. Like, but you guys crossed the border. Yeah.
We did. So actually, we came across with some temporary permits at that time, and that was in '79.
Oh wow!
I was 3.
Listen, I wasn't putting your age out. Okay.
I mean, it's all right.
Cool,
you know, cool. I'm good. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, so we've been here ever since then. And the struggles, I guess, you know, aside from the language barrier, and it's funny, you know, it's a matter of perspective, because over here, you know, growing up, I knew that we were poor. Okay. You know, poverty, for sure, even homelessness, hunger, all these different things. In Mexico, if we would have stayed in Mexico, it would have been far worse, because then we would have been looking at that. Yeah. And then also the violence. Oh, I see. You know, so it would have been compounded by that. And so so we were still better off coming over here, immigrated for the opportunity to be able to work and do all these different things. And definitely, you know, my parents, they sacrificed a great deal for me to be able to do all of this. Yeah,
no, definitely. So was it easy? I mean, I know a lot of people that talk about their immigration and all that jazz. The parents most times have to work 2 jobs, you know, to make ends meet. Yeah. So what was the dynamic like for you growing up?
So, well, the unfortunate thing with my situation is, and with a lot of Latinos, you know, because we like to drink, and then some of us know how to manage that, and some of us don't. Okay. So, like my father, he was one that couldn't. Oh, I see. So he was an alcoholic. He passed away. He was 38. Oh, wow. Yeah, 38. I was so young. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's all right. I mean, so from the get-go, when he came over, you know, mom had 2-3 jobs at one time, sometimes 4.
Was he just not? Was he just not working because of the drinking, or
he couldn't keep a job?
He couldn't keep a job. Okay,
he tried, and then he kind of became discouraged. He wanted to be able to succeed very quickly, and the language barrier and all these different things. I get a lot of my I don't know what you call it, like. I'm a loss for words, but where you're wanting to get things to grow
like your drive.
Yeah, like my drive. I get ambition.
Ambition.
I get a lot of that from him.
Yeah.
And I know that I do. And sometimes I have to be careful because, I can get discouraged sometimes when I face barriers and things like that. He did the same way, except he reacted by drinking.
Yeah, for sure. And it's an unfortunate thing to see some, we see like the alcoholics, and I've talked about alcoholism a lot on this show.
Yeah.
And to see it firsthand. Yeah. It's like you see it in the movies and you're like, oh,
it's
it can't be that.
Slow death.
It is. And it's a sad thing to see somebody go through. Did it affect your relationship with your dad, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it definitely did. He would say things that I know that if he was in his right mind, he probably would not have said.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it did affect a lot, not just with my dad, but like with my dad's side of the family, the dynamic, and being able to grow my relationship like with my aunts and my uncles.
Yeah.
And like even some of them, they're going to be watching this, they're going to see this, and they're going to know what I'm talking about.
Okay, gotcha.
Because we had to heal from all of those different things.
Yes, for sure.
That happened because of my father's alcoholism.
But then we make good points on the show as well. Like we speak on like we're both Latinos.
Yeah.
And so alcoholism is not recognized. It was just he drinks a lot. It's not, you're never going to call him an alcoholic.
Yeah,
right? I mean, don't you agree kind of?
I do, yeah. But I
or like people would make excuses for him.
Make excuses.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's just
the way it is. It wasn't until they're like sick and dying, and then it's like, you got to do something. Oh, it's kind of late now.
Well, okay, yeah, for sure.
You can try, but ultimately an alcoholic is going to have to make that decision himself.
Definitely. Did it affect your parents' relationship? Like, were you guys together until he passed, or was he separated at this point?
So, a lot of the times, he would spend time away with some friends. He used to work for a junkyard, actually here in Waco, and so he would spend a lot of time there. They were separated for some time, but ultimately, there towards the end, he did come back home. But but ultimately, me and my mom, we would work a lot. Like when I was 12,
oh wow,
helping her clean offices. Yeah. Some of the very offices that I ended up working at as a grown person, as a nurse.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Like there was this one office that I worked for, Advanced Pain Care. And I worked there for a little while, and I remember walking into that office and thinking, wow, me and mom used to clean these offices back when I was like 12.
Yeah, and now this is my desk.
Yeah, and now this is my desk. I'm in this office. Yeah.
So not to, I don't want to harp on this too much because I'm sure it's a sore subject for you, but now with everything, with your dad passing and everything, were you able to make amends with his side of the family as well? You guys,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We definitely did. And I, to be honest, I it was difficult because people start to play the blame game.
Oh yeah,
like it's your fault that your father. It's
that's like the most annoying shit to me. No, sweetie, I can relate. I had a really good friend that was an alcoholic.
Yeah,
as I don't know, we haven't spoken in years, but it was, I would get annoyed, Reyna, when people would make excuses for him. I'm like, are y'all fucking serious? Like,
well, yeah, like okay, he's got kids, like he can't even feed them. Like okay. If anyone's going to be at fault for anything, I mean, it's going to be himself, you know?
That's most definitely.
And it does kind of like irk you. And then, and if it's continuous and you're just like, you start to resent your family. You're like, but no, we were able to heal and we're all, cool and we're good.
Was there a way that you were like, I mean, I feel like people sometimes can be creatures of habit, if you will. Do you know what I mean? And so did you ever find yourself spiraling down that path as well because that was what you saw every day? Or so
I'm gonna tell you, my first time drinking like anything at all was last year.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So you know how you were talking about before the show, you're talking about how people who don't drink.
Yeah.
I had never drank.
You never drank alcohol.
Yeah. And then like my first shots of tequila, like
my
Patron.
First shots.
Yeah, it was like 3.
My
brother's going to be watching this show later, I'm sure. And he's going to be like, girl, you just had some shots. I did.
Your brother?
Yeah, my brother.
Is he single?
No, he's not single.
Well, I was, if he's around your age, he's my type for sure.
Well, he's good looking too,
Oh, but he's not single.
But he's not single.
Oh, that's okay. They never are, but that's okay. They're somehow creeping the DMs anyways. It'll be all right.
But yeah, he's going to be looking at this. He's going to be like, okay, girl, you just had some shots. But yeah, I mean, I hadn't drank until just recently.
Okay, got you.
But it's because I felt that I was, and you never know, but I felt like I was, I guess, mature enough and to handle it.
Okay.
Should I have like some...
But at your age, like that, I mean, were you ever peer pressured in school and stuff like that? And then, I mean, no?
So I was a nerd. I was a total nerd.
Oh, wow.
Very unpopular. Nobody liked me at University High School. They looked at that girl. They were like, yeah, all those U-Dogs. I mean, I love being a U-Dog Trojan all the way, class of 1995, but nobody liked me back then.
I can't believe that. Girl, I was 4.
Yes, I know. I can tell. You're such a baby face. You're so young.
Well, listen, I stopped counting, numerically speaking, after 21. Okay,
yeah.
So I'm forever.
Well, I thought you were 21.
Thank you, because I am, and so
that's what I thought.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And I don't smoke, and I only drink on the show, except that one time at Show in Waco when they had to pull me out, but that was different. Okay, shout out to
Sure.
Yeah, you know, we've all had those. So wait, since you just barely started drinking, have you had those drunk study moments yet? Like, you're missing out, Reyna. I'm telling you. Like, it doesn't make you an alcoholic. I'm just saying you're missing out on the drunk study moments.
So I just had a moment this past weekend. When I had
drunk
those 3
drunk and slutty?
Wait, what?
I said drunk and slutty.
Oh, no, drunk and slutty, no. But,
okay.
I mean, I can't. I'm too old for that. But, you're like, no.
No, you're not.
But I was drunk, and I was so drunk that I didn't remember some of the things that were said to me.
Yeah.
But someone told me, you were hanging off, like my sister-in-law and my cousins. You were hanging off of them saying, oh, I just love you. I love you. Like, I had never really done that
That's
before.
so wild that your first time being drunk is at your age.
Yeah, I know.
That's so, I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't start drinking until I was 21, but it's still, you know what I mean?
No, I'm like 51.
I feel like are you married right now?
I am married.
You are? Okay. Well, no disrespect to the husband, but get drunk one night and then just lock him in the room and then.
We've done a little bit. I mean, it's been a year, so
you know what I mean. There's been some
fun to be had. For
sure.
You
know what I mean. In somebody's bathroom or even at the bar. That's what we're all doing now.
That's right. Yeah, in the dark under some bridge somewhere at some park.
Oh, she's giving us tips. Everybody, write it down. I need my Apple Pencil. I forgot it. No, okay. So I definitely want to get into your early career, as a realtor, because that's what you do, correct?
Yeah.
And so, growing up as an immigrant and everything like that, did you have trouble, I guess, advancing in your career and stuff like that? Or
so, truthfully, I've not been a realtor for too long.
Okay.
I was a nurse.
You were a nurse, yeah. You just said that.
Yeah. So I was a nurse for 15 years or so.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and actually probably a little bit longer. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, probably closer to 20.
Why the transition? What the hell's going on there?
Man, after COVID and I had some scares, I was in the hospital for over a week.
Oh, wow.
And they were going to intubate me. I had a brush with death.
Yeah, for
sure.
Literally.
Yeah. And, after that, I was like, I can't go back to that. And kudos to all of my, nursing sisters out there that are still in the trenches, but I just couldn't do it. I was really scared.
Okay.
And so I started, I had my business degree. And so I was thinking, I'll get into sales. I do pretty good at that. So
I hate sales.
You hate sales?
I
do sales, man. You do it now.
Not even. I did sales a little bit on the radio. Okay, before before I quit.
You're so good at it though. You're natural. You don't even realize.
Thank you, but I'm very grateful. The sponsors come to me. It's I can't even.
It's because you naturally sell it. You don't even realize you're doing it.
I don't. Yeah, but selling for a business, a product, I'm like, this is stupid. At the radio station, they wanted me to sell commercials for $3,000. Nobody wants to buy commercials for $3,000. That's a lot of money.
That's so true.
That's a lot of fucking money. Excuse me. Yes, and my prices are not $3,000.
Well, I was actually going to ask you. I need to. Join you.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But okay. So you're a nurse 15 years, 16 years, whatever the case is, and then you decide, I'm just going to go and start selling houses. So what the hell?
Well, no, it didn't really happen that way. It was just kind of after nursing, I got into nurse management, managing kidney centers and pain centers. And then after that, I got into hospice sales.
Oh, okay. I see.
And then after that, I got into different kinds of sales. And so then I got to this part.
Not those kind of sales, right?
No, not those kind of sales.
Not those kind of sales in the corner.
Not the ones where you walk the streets.
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing
Even though I have the
Reyna.
boots, I have.
Did you?
Yeah, I have several.
Boots?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I have several.
Gotcha.
But I keep those on the down low.
Yeah.
But no.
That's for your drunk
That's
nights
for
with
my
the husband. when the dark under the bridge.
The dark under the bridge, yes. For those kind of nights. But no, and so then I guess about a couple of years ago, probably longer, probably closer to 4, I was getting into a lot of marketing and PR and and I actually had a little side business that was kind of social media management.
Okay, got you.
And so I was managing for a bank and some mortgage loan and
that's what
people
I need,
and different. Fuck. Yeah, I was doing that. I had several accounts, nonprofits and all that. And then somebody asked me, hey, why don't you get into mortgage lending? So I tried that and it just really wasn't me.
Yeah, for sure.
So then I took some courses in real estate And then there you go. Here I am.
Here you are. Okay.
Yeah.
So the career path is, do you think that you've chosen the correct career path now? I mean,
yeah, man. Yeah. It's so easy. I mean, it comes easy to me.
Yeah. Were you being ridiculed at such a late age to be like, why are you changing jobs like that?
I do get questioned. Yes. Mainly because I live such a public life on my social media page.
For sure.
So people can see, like, okay,
you're all over on social
media.
You're all over.
It's like I'm doing one thing, and then
shout out to that dress with the gala.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. You work with Anel?
Which one?
Anel Perales?
I do know Anel.
Yeah, she was on the show too.
She's killer too, man.
Yeah,
she
her.
is like,
love her. She actually as of the recording of this episode makes a year that she was on the show.
Yeah, she's gorgeous and she kills it at Keller Williams.
Darling, yes. Listen, you know what? I want to talk about the struggles coming to the top. You know, obviously you are doing the thing. There's some things going on behind the scenes, or that may have gone on behind the scenes, some ridicule. You know, I want to talk about all the things that are supposed to be blocking your blessings and you are just not letting it, okay?
Yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break, all right? And when we get back, we're going to learn more about everything that Reyna has to face and why she remains La Reina. You guys stay tuned here on The Public Affair. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this super luscious episode of The Public Affair with La Reina, my very special guest. Oh, it's so sultry. Ooh, I love it. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Julian and Ana Banda with Banda's hauling service. Oh, I love those two. They rent dump trailers, you fill it up, and they haul it away. They also do junk removals. Get all that nasty tree brush and that garbage out of your yard. You don't want to do that. Listen, Banda's hauling service has got you. Your car breaks down as well, he's going to come get you no matter where you are. Book now with the number on the screen. Banda's hauling service. Thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, to Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, where my banner hangs more than Reina's. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Located at 3304 Franklin Avenue, they offer team, small group, and individual skills training. They also have elite skills training to make your kids superb star athletes, because they are training with absolute professionals, darling. That's why open play is on Mondays and Wednesdays for ages 16 and older at 8:30 p.m. with my boy Silly Buns. It's only $5 to play. Follow on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy and on Instagram at Soko Soccer 254. Thank you guys for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Oh my goodness, of course, to one of my obsessions, Jay Petal and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and their entire family. Have you been, girl? Oh, darling, listen, they provide delicious savory Japanese crepes and poke bowls. They also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert. Oh, it's delicious. You can choose from a menu, but right now, I like to be in control, so I like to create my own poke bowls. Okay. That's right. The location's on University Parks Drive and Hewitt Drive, and you can order online at jpedaltx.com. Thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, to one of my new sponsors and my last guest, Mr. Francisco Magdaleno with Magdaleno Drywall Solutions, specializing in all drywall services, both residential and commercial. He also specializes in interior, exterior paint, sheetrock, and all that other hot stuff as well. Call the number on the screen and book today. And you know what? If they get too hot, they take the shirts off while they work. Francisco Magdaleno, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I'm just going to go buy a house and have him do that just because. And I'm going to make it super hot in the house so that way he can do that. And of course, to Sid Rodriguez, my barber, that's right, at Elite Barbershop, making sure I look super duper hot with my super hot enhancements, located on Hewitt Drive. Call the number on the screen to book or download the Squire app. Walk-ins are welcome as well. They got Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, and Isai Reyes over there, making you look super duper snackish like I have for more than 140 episodes of The Public Affair. Elite Barbershop, thank you so much for being the longest running sponsor and supporter of The Public Affair. I appreciate you, Sid. Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into it with Reyna de Sur. I'm going to call her that from now on this episode. And it's going to get a little bit juicy. I want to get a little bit juicy with you because you know what? You know why I like you so far? Because you're a shoot it straight type of girl, aren't you?
I am.
Does that ever bite you in the ass? It
does bite me in the ass. Like I have so many bite marks. It's like, it's not even, it's unreal.
So what, are bitches hating still, even at your age?
You know,
when I'm close to 50, are they going to still be hating on me?
They are still going to be there. They will not go away.
Do you get discouraged?
You know, I do sometimes, mainly because you get like disappointed.
Yeah.
Because as you get older, you get disappointed with the people that do it to you.
Yes.
Because it's unexpected.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Honey, you know what? I want to get right into it. You know, some of the things that we talked about on the phone, and I know there's probably not too many things you can get into, but get into it if you want. Yeah. But, you know, even at your age and in your status in life or whatever, you still deal with bullies. Yes. And we're taught not to be bullies in elementary school.
Right.
And, you know, I've been very open on this show that I am just experiencing that as well, where I get ridiculed a lot behind the scenes. And, you know, I've learned, Reyna, that everything doesn't deserve a response. You know what I mean? And it's hard not to fucking respond.
I know, right?
Because you just want to tear a bitch up.
Yes.
You know, so can you talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you have to deal with behind the scenes?
Man, this is just a lot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times what happens is that people try to do it on the down low.
Yes.
Right? Or they try to sneak up at you.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, it starts to affect things that are even like more important, not just your feelings. It starts to affect you even financially. Starts to affect your family. Different things like that.
Right.
The stakes are higher.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned just a second ago that it's people that you least expected.
That's right.
Can you talk to us about a situation when it was somebody that you were like just maybe dumbfounded and they did something that was detrimental to you?
Yeah. I mean, it was a couple of years ago on this particular situation. It was one of those deals where, you do a lot of networking and you have a lot of friends, quote unquote friends.
You learn who your friends are real quick.
Oh, yeah, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you think you do, but then it's like you're going around and you're like, la, 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 you're thinking everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah, for sure.
You see them, at a restaurant somewhere, you're waving at them and you're like, hey, let's go fishing, let's go do this. And they're like, oh, yeah. And then behind your back, they're conniving. They're like scheming, trying to either find something on you or blackmail you or
do something. Is it just
something.
because of your career? Is it more personal, or why is it to you? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I think it's just personal. Like it's one of those things where I feel like if they don't have control over you, they're going to try to control the other people
for sure.
around you.
Yeah, for sure. Did you ever find yourself being like where the behavior was reciprocated? Like maybe that you were just like, I'm going to get you back, bitch. You know what I mean?
And I think it's because of my line of profession where, my studying and all of that, with nursing and all of that, you have this level of integrity.
Yes.
As much as you want to beat the crap out of them, you can't.
Listen.
And man, and it'll make you cry because
yes, for sure.
You could. I mean, I could curse them out.
Yeah.
I could do some things.
Listen, I can take a bitch out with just some screenshots. Don't fuck with me.
Like dude, like I'm serious.
Yeah,
those are some things like I could do like what everybody else does on social media and blast somebody. But ultimately, you know who it's going to hurt?
Yeah.
It's going to hurt me.
It's going to hurt yourself. But then you know what, Reyna? It's like you end up feeding into that negative ass shit. And it's kind of like what they want.
They do.
And as you're getting older, you know what I mean? And the more that you're elevating in life, it's like you realize, damn, these people that were supposed to be elevating with me, they're just kind of stuck on stupid.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you're just still not doing shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost as if they're jealous of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've as much as we talked about earlier too, you do a lot for the community, you know what I mean? And putting on whatever things to help people. You even mentioned that it was even people that you've helped.
Yes.
Where they've kind of turned their back on you. What the fuck is going on, Reyna? Why are these people acting like this? I'm confused.
I think all in all, it's a scarcity mentality.
Okay.
Where they feel like there's not enough business to go around.
Okay.
Or like, okay, I got what I needed from her, but now I don't want to include her because then she might take over either the limelight or the business or whatever. And I'm kind of more on the sense of like, okay, there's enough to go around. Like,
for sure.
Let's like help each other.
Let's help each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because it was people that you help.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we talk about people that you help, are we talking about like charities or people like helping them buy a house
about like
or
small
get a man?
businesses?
Okay.
Well, and that's kind of, and I'm not trying to down any networking circles or anything, but that's kind of why I stopped going to networking circles because I felt like there was just a lot of cattiness and a lot of people who they were saying that they wanted to support one another, the speeches and all of that, the presentations, but then that wasn't really what was happening. You know?
For sure. No, listen, I've had, I've I know what you're talking about because I be seeing people like trying to act all positive.
I mean, let's keep it real, right?
Yeah, no, for real. And then I'm like, bitch, you be attacking people all the time. You know what? I'm ready to blast anybody, and then all of a sudden it's like you're just like, oh, I'm this, that, and supportive this and that. No, that drives me crazy.
Well, the little memes and things that they'll post, like all about I'll support you and I love my sisters and my friends and all these different things, and then you scheming over here on the side. Like, come on now.
Reyna, let me tell you something too. It's these dudes too, though.
Yeah.
It's these fucking dudes too. I
believe it.
I can't believe it.
No, I believe it.
I'm a bitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I am literally a bottom, and these dudes be acting like more of a bitch than me. It doesn't. I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
I agree with what you're saying because I've seen it too.
It drives me crazy.
I'm like, man, grow up. Like,
yeah.
Grow some.
I don't know. I was telling my dad the other day, because I said it on my last episode, we finally had the conversation about me being gay and how he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, you really raised me with man qualities, because if I have an issue with somebody, I'd like go up to them and say, hey, look, I didn't like that you did this. You know what I mean? But now they're not picking up the phone.
Well, no.
Now they don't want to pick up the phone.
They're not
they don't want to
available.
do shit, but damn, you had a lot to say on Facebook, bitch. You know what I mean?
Well, they were available then,
yeah.
you know.
Have you been blasted on social media before?
Oh, yeah.
Really? About what? Tell us.
That was a few years back, but it was this, you know, it was a similar thing where it was during my time, really when I was diving into community service and helping immigrants and helping Latinos. And,
yeah, for sure.
And I was called a, what was the word that she used? And you know, and I won't ever call her out because there are people that would know her, but she called me a whitewashed Chicana.
Oh, wow.
I mean, she didn't even know me.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't know me, because anybody who knows me knows that I'm like legit from Mexico.
Sure.
I'm never Chicana.
Well, you just said it. There's people that don't even fucking know you.
Yeah, they don't know you.
Where did you come from? Like,
Call me entitled. Call me all sorts of things. I mean, you can make assumptions about who I am based on where I am now. But if you don't know where I came from, because I came from being a baby in a box on a dirt floor in Mexico to where I am now. Yeah. And I had to scrape, I had to climb. I mean, I had to like really dig in through lots of barriers.
Well,
so
people are only now seeing, you know, the QLBD, you know what I mean, with the platinum hair and the jewelry, but nobody wants to ask you about how you got all that. Right. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to get into all that shit. You know what I mean?
No, because then it wouldn't be juicy, right?
No, it wouldn't. But you know what? And we talked about this on the phone, and I've talked about it with guests on the show. And listen, I have seen my friends get blasted on social media. And listen, Reyna, my loyalty, baby, I don't know if it just does not exist anymore, but my loyalty runs MF deep. Do you hear me? Yeah. Like, I'll take on the world with you until somebody presents proof otherwise. Right. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And I've been ridiculed for that too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you need to verify stuff before you just start jumping to conclusions.
Well, get the fuck out of my inbox with all that mess. I don't like, that's not what I'm here for. Do you know what I mean? And so how did it make you feel when people that you were supporting or whatever, and they're just blasting you on social media? I mean, like, I cried when that happened to me. I'm not gonna lie.
It does. It makes you, it kind of breaks your heart, because then you're like, I mean, what is your intention? But my thing is, what is the intention behind the action? Right. For sure. What are you going to get out of it? Yeah, for sure. You know, even like with what I'm dealing with right now. Okay. You know, which I said that maybe I would share with you maybe at some other time.
No, but we can't right now.
We can't right now, but
might be some situations. So everything is alleged.
Yeah, alleged.
That's how we're gonna say.
But I mean, it is that way. It's like you. The question is why, right? What is your intent behind what you're doing? What is it gonna accomplish? Yeah. You know, is it productive? Yeah. You know, who the hell cares? You know, why are you doing it? Why would you waste your breath or your time?
Most definitely. Were you responsive in the beginning? Like, were you always biting back?
You know, sometimes I would be. When I was younger, and when I say younger, maybe even like 5 to 7 years ago. Yeah, for sure. I would respond. Okay. And I got to the point where I was like, man, you know, I'm la mensa, because I'm over here like tonta answering to someone who is obviously either ignorant in the sense that they don't know me, or ignorant to the situation. So it's like, okay, I need to just stop. Yeah, no, most definitely. Listen, I find it hard not to respond either, though. It is hard. When it happened to me, bitch, I was ready to take a bitch out. Well, it's a pride thing.
It was. Yeah. But then it's like, when you respond, and the reason why I did not, and it's over now, I'm over it. But it's important to talk about.
Well, you want to defend yourself.
Well, I want to defend myself, number one. Number two, who are you? Number three, you're going to lose focus at the fact that I have an episode coming out Monday. I need everybody to focus that I have an episode coming out Monday. I'm not worried about some person who doesn't know me spreading rumors about me. I just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then, you know, I invite Christina and Kaylin on the show, and we just talk about it. So it's fun. And I love those girls. I love them so much. Yes. Yeah. No, but listen, okay. So did you ever take the bait, though? I mean, similar to what I just asked you, you know what I mean? And did you, at what point did you catch yourself and say, you know, I'm just going to stop fucking responding?
I think in that situation, I stopped when I realized that other people were reacting and taking action. Okay. I realized that there was like real consequences that were happening as a result of me going back and forth with this person. Oh, I see. And ultimately, in my mind, and I hate this about myself. I hate it. I like it, but I hate it. Right. It goes back to that level of integrity thing, you know, that I was telling you about. Yes, yes. And you know that you have a responsibility to do the right thing. As much as you want to slap somebody.
Yeah, for sure,
You know, I want to try to keep it clean, but you know, you do something.
No,
you know,
can curse on the show. That's what we
okay.
do.
As much as you want to bitch slap somebody, you know that you have to contain yourself because you're the better person. You know better, and if you know better, then just do better.
But Reyna, especially as us as entrepreneurs, business owners, people that are working in the community, why are we doing that? It's us doing that to each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I just had this conversation with my husband last night. I said, you know what's so bad is that we are a minority group.
Yes.
We are Latinos.
Yes.
We know that we should support one another, and yet here we are
fighting
each other and keeping each other down when we should be lifting one another. And it sounds cliche, but it is true.
You're absolutely right, and it kind of makes me sick.
It does.
It kind of makes me sick when I see somebody blasted on social media, and it's our kind.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that happens all the time. You know what I mean?
Pick up the phone and call me, man.
Well, that, like,
Tell me.
What happened to getting facts?
Yeah.
What happened to getting fucking facts? Like, y'all just so quick to jump on shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, now, if a bitch starts attacking the public affair, then, you know, I might go swing on somebody. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I can't fight. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try.
Well, I'm gonna try to raise some bail money for you. Just to have it on the side. Have it ready.
Oh, hello. The hood fucks with me heavy. Did you not know that?
Who? What?
The hood. Yes, they do. Yes. The hood, like the ghetto. They do. Somebody told me that the East, North, and South got me. And then my episode right now with Marty Marr is out. And all the hood was messaging me saying, Angie, you know we got you, right? It's the best thing ever.
Wow.
It is the best thing ever. And you know what? And David, I'm just going to share this. We found a house for me, right?
Okay.
That I'm kind of like looking into. And he's like, now the hood is just, it's close. Are you okay with that? I was like, oh, the hood fucks with me. So I'm so in. I love it. So and all of them.
Surround me
with
them.
We got your back, Angie, no matter what.
Nice.
You fucking call it. You know, shout out to my girl, Rose Luan, who I've never met in person, but that bitch should be going hard for me. I don't know what it is. I just love it. It's just like, you know, yeah, it's so crazy. Can you talk to me about a time that you went through some betrayal?
Betrayal.
Yeah. Has anybody ever betrayed you on your way to the top?
Yes. Yes. Man, gosh, that's hard. Now that caused time for me to really cry. I had some really rough nights with that.
Yeah.
Because your trust is broken.
Yeah.
And man, you're like, how did I miss that?
Yeah.
Like, and it's because you trusted.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's hard coming back from that.
Does it change the way you look at people or trust people?
You know, it changes the way you look at people and yourself.
Yeah.
You start to second guess your I don't know. You start to second guess yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and your abilities to judge people. Not that you should be judging people, but you know what I mean. Like to measure up a situation. And you start to second guess yourself. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't. You know, and then you're jaded, and now you don't want to move forward in whatever comes at you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you thought that you were good over here. You thought that you verified. You thought that you did everything you were supposed to do, but yet you were.
Right.
You know.
You were betrayed.
You were betrayed.
Yeah. So how do you bounce back from that?
I think time.
Just in time.
Time.
Have you found it in your heart to forgive anybody who's done wrong by you yet? And have a conversation with them?
Oh man.
Reyna, I told you we be getting in on this show. Okay, darling, don't play with me. Yeah. But it's important. It's important.
It is important.
Yes.
Man, you know, and I don't mean to get all, you know, churchy in here, but I have to keep telling myself that I am not perfect and that I make mistakes and that the Lord forgives me.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
So who am I not to forgive the person who's betrayed me? But it's not that easy.
It's not.
You can forgive, but not forget.
Yes, absolutely.
But then is it the same thing? Like, I don't know, because it's been so hard.
Yeah. You look at people differently.
You do.
Sure. You do look at people differently, especially the person that did wrong by you. And you know, I will say, because especially when I had Christina and Kaylin on the show, you know, that was like fresh when I was going through what I was just telling you about, like the whole rumor situation and all that. Yeah. And I think now, since so much time has passed, it's been a few months already. And when I see...
That's not long.
Well, it's not, but it's inevitable that this person and I will run into each other eventually. And I hope that this person realizes that I was hurt by it. I hope that they will apologize so I can move on.
But will they care?
I don't know. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
The thing is, I don't know them, but I know we're going to run into each other.
You know? That's what I asked myself. Like, does that person even care?
I would hope they do. I would hope that they do. I would hope that they take a step back and be like, why did I attack him for? Like, what was that for? I don't know. The
intention. What was the intent?
And I guess that's just me too being stuck on stupid. Like, I'm that person where if I fuck up, I tell you I fucked up.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
okay, my bad. I did wrong. I know that you were disrespected. And I think in my head, at the time, again, when I had the girls on the show, I was like, nah, fuck that bitch. But, you know, now I'm just like, I hope that when we run into each other, that person will apologize to me. I hope to expect that. I don't know if that's selfish. I don't know if that's just foregone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I hope so. That way I can be like, I just want you to know how hurt I was by that. Because number one, don't know you. Number two, we're entrepreneurs.
Well, I mean, if you have the opportunity to tell them that,
Yeah.
and if they don't know already, then maybe they will apologize.
Yeah, we'll see. But then I said too, like, I'm the type of person, I'll confront you. And if you don't want to pick up the fucking phone.
But is it worth it?
I feel like for moving on, I don't know. Maybe it's not because we don't know. This is a small town.
That's very true.
Very small town.
People don't realize, like the young generations, even like yours.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of generations.
I'm cut from a whole different cloth. Don't.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not trying to generalize.
No, you're good.
But I mean,
most
younger people that I talk to, like I just had this happen the other day.
Yeah.
It was, and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's someone who owns a company.
Yeah.
They were selling something on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they said something really rude and mean.
Okay.
I mean, your profile is super public.
Right.
I know what you own, what you do.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you should like pause before you just go off on somebody over something stupid.
Exactly.
Waco is so small.
Yeah.
And you know, it's, what is it, that third degree or how many degrees of, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I might not know you directly, but I might know your cameraman directly.
Right, for sure,
and then
for
for some reason we're going to meet each other.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Waco is so tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny that you say, I do feel like younger people look at things differently. So, you know, I've been open on this show as well, too. You know, I had Dalen Montoya on this show, and I was fucked up on that. I'm not going to lie to you. Girl, I had to do an episode right before that. We were like 3-4 mimosas in. I don't even know. But, you know, one of my former sponsors, who is still my friend, you know, he was attacked publicly on Facebook quite a bit. And I would not defend them, but I had a job to do. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I remember like somebody considerably younger than me would message me and say, you look bad continuing to.
I know who you're talking about.
Well, you know what I mean? And it's like, but why do I look bad for doing my job? Mm-hmm. That's what you're not understanding. Do you see what I'm talking about? And then that person is my friend. So number one, I'm going to pray for him. Yeah. Yeah. Why are you mad at that? Like, what is that wrong?
I mean, you don't really have to explain yourself to anybody.
I did it, and I fucking didn't, and I never did. I made one video, and I referenced it every fucking time, and that was it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And to this day, that person is my friend, and I'm always gonna pray for no matter what situation, because I don't like seeing people go through things like that. Even if you did wrong, you gotta fucking tell people, like, you gotta be there for your people. Don't you agree?
Well, because we all do something wrong at some point.
Yeah.
And we all need support.
Well, even that, like, nobody knows the whole situation.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We only got one side of the fucking story.
There's two sides.
There's two sides to the story, and then there's the truth.
And then there's the truth.
But then when you really ride for somebody and you're somebody's friend, you have to be there for them. Mm-hmm. If they did fuck up, you gotta be like, bro, you fucked up. You know what I mean? But if they didn't and they're being attacked, I'm just pray for everybody. I don't know. I'm just weird. I'm different. Nobody liked it, and I don't care.
No, you're mature.
Yeah, that's a
mature response.
And nobody wanted to hear it. And anyway, that's besides the point. Okay, listen. So, God. Okay, so you're going through your situation now. Whatever. Do you hope to find resolve soon? And do you think that it's affecting your career and progressing?
I don't think it's for affecting my career in the sense of me progressing. I'm going to progress.
Yeah, no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
People can come at me. They can try to come at me financially. They can come and try to take the plate off the table from my son.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what they're doing. You know, because I'm not a rich person.
Yeah.
What I have, I've built just like I described to you.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, and I've built in this community.
Yeah.
So I owe it all to this community.
Yeah, for sure.
So for someone to come in and try to, you know, say things and then present things to other people in the community who might not know me as well, eventually the truth is going to get out of who I am and how I got to where I am. Yeah. And whether that person is really legitimately entitled to what they feel that they are.
Yeah, definitely.
And my skill set, my knowledge, my talents, all of that, nobody owns but me.
That's it.
And the Lord who gave them to me.
And you built it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting a lot of support from your city?
Yeah.
No, because everybody, you know what? I have to say, I think
I have to pause for a whole second.
No, Reyna, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
As much as we were just talking, I have to say, like, people always say you can't make it in this city and you can't do anything in the city. Maybe it's because I'm not from here, so I view it differently. I'm from New York. But Waco, I'm so grateful for this city and how much they fuck with the public affair. I am. Like, I've got a lot of great support. I would say that my support has outweighed the negativity.
It's a matter of perspective.
And it has, but in factual reality for myself, just speaking on behalf of the show,
sure,
the positivity has definitely outweighed the negativity. I would say the negative, the little negativity I got was hurtful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely
the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I constantly run into people that love the show and want to support the show and whatever. So when it comes to your career, do you feel like you're getting that?
Man.
Or do you have too many haters?
I think it's like a yes and no type of, answer. Because, again, going back to that whole scarcity mentality thing where people kind of feel like they're afraid to share, contacts or whatever, you know.
Definitely.
Like it could be a roofer, it's like, or it could be a somebody who does framing or whatever. Well, no, because maybe that guy is going to have some houses and then, and I don't want to share that. I mean, it gets really trivial, like just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I see that a lot. And I hate it because I remember it takes me back to like when I was a new nurse.
Yeah.
And there was a saying that there was back then, it's still there, I'm sure, where the nurse eat their young.
Oh, wow.
Meaning that new nurses will come in and they will tear you apart.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Like,
okay.
So like in real estate, I've noticed that it's kind of similar that way.
Yeah.
Where it's like, unless you have a good support system, whatever agency that you're with.
Yeah.
I happen to be in a really good one.
That's good.
But that's just been very recent.
Yeah, for sure.
But, you can be in some places where you don't get that support because, people are thinking that there's not enough business to go around.
Yeah.
When there is. I mean, even Waco is a small town.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so much
everywhere. Stop.
There's not. I know.
Okay.
Well, and then your license is really good all through Texas.
Oh, for sure.
So if you're really dedicated and you really want to do the business, dude, you can go like to Bell County. You can go wherever.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, I got you. You know what? Oh shit, Reyna, we're running out of time.
Oh my gosh,
I hate it. Doesn't it feel like 5 minutes? I
right?
feel like we could have gone on forever. So you're.
I had a lot to say. I'm sorry.
No, I loved it. It got so real. You know what? You're in the real estate business now. Okay, what I mean. So it's obviously going really well.
It is.
Your marketing is going really well because that's how I discovered you was that big ass banner at
you like it?
Academy.
You like it?
I was like, I don't know. Something says I might end up inviting the rest to my show. We'll see. But okay. So do you have any advice for any first home buyers before we go?
Yeah. Pick someone that you trust.
Yeah.
That you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
Shop around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Do you have time for your personal life? I mean, with all the drama going on and shit in your life, and then you're still working and you're still giving back to the community, and you're still helping families in need and all this other stuff. Is there time for Reyna?
Yeah, I do. I do spend some time. Like I go to McLean Stadium a lot, and
really?
I run.
Okay.
And I do. I exercise. I like to exercise a lot.
Did you used to go to the Wine and Food Festival at McLean Stadium?
Yeah.
Did you? I used to go there too. I used to get fucked up. Oh, my last time there at the radio, I got in so much trouble.
Did you?
I got in so much trouble.
You're such a bad boy.
I did, but I got so drunk because we got VIP. I wish they would do that again. I want to buy VIP for the public affair and invite all my friends.
Oh, dude, that'd be nice.
I wonder why they're not doing that anymore.
I don't know. We need to ask some people.
Let's
the
do
chamber or something.
No, fuck the chamber. We'll do it ourselves. Yeah. Okay. No, don't fuck the chamber. No, I love Andrea Kosar. I do.
Andrea Kosar is amazing.
Love her.
So she was my intern when I was at a nonprofit organization called Avance. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Love her.
She's so great, isn't she?
She's got a beautiful heart.
We hosted Dia de los Muertos together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on the news together.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Oh, really? I can't see her like that.
I know, I got her like that.
Did you really?
Okay, listen, Andrea.
Andy is
allegedly,
beautiful.
Allegedly. Oh, she's gorgeous. And
yeah,
so
she is.
But we were hosting Dia de los Muertos, and I understand her position in the city. And you want to talk about the history? Listen, I understand my position in the city too, and everybody knows that the public fair is party and slutty. And so I was like, that's what we're doing.
Slut.
We did. We got my DJs were there. We took shots, and then all of a sudden we're doing an hour of live TV. We did. They were like, you're going to go on KWTX for an hour, but you want to know what? We pulled that shit out because we're professionals.
Orale.
Yes. Listen, okay, so the personal, what's next for you, Reyna? What's going on in your life besides, after the lawsuits and everything, what's going on? Allegedly.
What happened? I didn't say no lawsuit.
She did not say that.
I
was just
did
joking.
not
it was
say
just
that.
a joke. It was a joke. Yeah,
yes.
It's okay.
No, I mean, I'm just going to continue to grow. Really, I just want to leave a legacy for my son.
I got you.
You know, he's second generation, I'm first generation immigrant, and so I want to make sure that I leave him where he doesn't have to struggle the way I did. Not have to be in line at the Caritas line, not have to miss school for all of that, be homeless, you know, all these different things. I don't want him to struggle the way I did.
I got you.
My mom sacrificed a great deal. Shout out to my mom, Matea. She's going to watch this, I'm sure. Yeah, she is.
Is she going to be like, who the hell's that gay guy you were on the show with? Why the fuck was he acting like that? Talking about he wants to F my son. What's going on here? Tell him to eat that shit.
Oh my gosh. No te preocupes, mamá.
No. Todo está bien.
Todo está bien. Todo está bien.
Yeah.
Unas tortillas y unos frijoles y vámonos.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great cook. Love her.
Love her.
Yeah.
I don't even know when I love her.
Yeah, you would love her.
You know what? God, I recently got asked to do. This kind of takes me. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, and
go ahead.
We do have to go. I'm sorry. Okay, but you know, I got asked to be a part of the empowerment. My very good friend is Vera Castillo. Yeah, and so she asked me to be a part of her empowerment thing. You know, she's gonna do it for men now too. And I was like, oh, this is lit. You know what I mean? So I'm getting ready to do things like that. I'm super excited to like talk into that. Do you find yourself getting back into community events and stuff like that too?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I want you to come to that and watch me speak.
No. What I want to do as far as community is concerned, I really want to get involved with getting some big Latino-based events going on. You know, like 16 de septiembre. Like I wish there was like a really big event. Like I want like the whole downtown to be lit. And I've told Andy about this before, Andrea. That I want like all downtown to look like San Antonio, like market.
Shit,
yeah, I want it to be like that.
When you see me over there drunk and slutty and stumbling, though, just mind your business.
All right.
Just be like, I was on his show. I was on his show.
I don't see it.
Yes, that's so awesome. Well, yeah, no, listen, I was happy that I got asked to do something like that, and I was happy that she's put on a men empowerment too. I was like, hell yeah,
that's nice.
I wanted to do men's empowerment, but she beat me to the punch. Okay,
well,
she did. No, it's all good. It's all your thing. I'm
collaboration.
I'm not good at organizing events. I'll go to your event and make it lit, but in terms of like getting shit together, and that's all you guys can take care of it. Listen, Reyna, thank you so much for coming on to the Public Affair. No, truly, it was such a good time. I loved meeting you. I wish you nothing but the best in your career. Any people that want to buy a home and they want Reyna STILL to help them, how can we reach you?
Al 254-715-4197.
That's it. Hablar inglés y español también.
Hablo inglés y español.
Okay. Thank you so much, Reyna. I appreciate you coming on to the Public Affair. To everybody that tuned into this episode, thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys give the show. Listen, to Waco, shout out to you guys. You guys have been so good to me. Except those two bitches. But that was it. Except those two. But everybody else has been so good to me, and I'm so grateful. And Reyna, thank you so much for coming on to the Public Affair. It's the wine.
Yes, it's the wine. Listen, it's okay.
Before we go, let me go ahead and give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of the Public Affair. This episode was brought to us by Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio, home for all your LED needs, auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. A jack of all trades all day. He put the dark tint in my car.
Oh, nice.
I'm not going to say what. If you see me in your little downtown event with my dark tint, just mind your business.
I will.
Okay. Your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. My boy Jeffrey Monreal, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Jesus Sanchez, all the way from Mart, Texas, actually, with Brothers Roofing and Remodeling. He's a small construction business from Mart, okay? But he supports he services all the local areas. Waco, Killeen, everything, specializing in generalized roofing needs and so much more. You can protect your home from all the crazy elements of the Texas weather with his high quality and affordable work. Follow on Facebook and call them on the screen for a consultation. And he does financing too, because you know it should be getting expensive.
Oh, wow.
But he does financing too. That's right. My boy Jesus is not trying to break them pockets, and he's going to work with you. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Plus, I think it's so hot that somebody from Mart, Texas watches The Public Affair.
Hey.
Yes, so big shout out to him. Of course, to my boy Lee Vences with Vences Transport LLC. He's a local transport service from Waco who does work all over the United States. I'm talking about all over the United States. He provides hotshot services from RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and so much more. In case you don't got a truck or something, he's got you. Follow on Facebook at Vences Transport LLC for more information. Lee, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. To my girl Rosalinda Perez, who I love. Rosalinda's insured. Isn't she great?
I want
you to go watch her episode of The Public Affair.
Okay.
The shit was powerful, and I was proud of her. She provides all insurance needs, including auto, life, home, absolutely everything. She also provides notary services as well. You know, sometimes we need a notary, an official letter. We don't know who. Listen, Rosalinda does it as well. Habla inglés y español. Contact her with her number on the screen. Rosalinda, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh my goodness. And I can't go on without thanking my boy, one of my biggest supporters and one of my biggest confidants, Mr. Junior Banda with Fat Boy Michelada and Botana, who provides the best Michelada and Botana plates for yourself or for a party with a menu of a ton of different items, including Botana bowls, chamois, pickles, and more. And he's working on more things, all right? Listen, and he'll deliver to you too. If you ask him nice, he's going to deliver to you. Locally operated, so make sure you get the best and not the rest. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at Fat Boy Michelada y Botana and place your orders now. To Junior Banda, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, Reyna, thank you again so much for coming onto the show. Did you enjoy your time?
I had a blast.
No, we're not going to get in trouble. He's going to come whoop our ass, right?
Not today. No.
Not today. Okay. And don't forget to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.